So what happens when the son of the biggest athlete in the world, and guys, I'm talking about LeBron James here, what happens when the son of LeBron James tweets out a post-workout photo looking a little extra ripped than what maybe we'd expect, looking a little bigger than the last time we saw him, you know? Well, it causes the internet to go crazy, and it causes tons of people to jump to conclusions about how Bronny is the next NBA superstar, that next can't-miss prospect, but I would ask that you hold off on all of that. Let's dial that back for a minute, because in today's video, I'm going to tell you what nobody else is noticing about this photo of Bronny James and why it's really not that big of a deal at all. Hey guys, my name is Troy, and one thing about social media being so ubiquitous and everyone having a lens into the lives of any public figure is that we get to know basically everything about that person. And as is often the case, just because a person is famous, their kids, by association, become pretty famous too. And that's the case with LeBron James' kids. In this video, I'm talking about his oldest son. I'm talking about Bronny James. He's making news, and let's talk about it. Bronny James, currently a sophomore in high school in California. He just turned 16 in October. But guys, if we're being honest, he's been in the public eye since he was born. By the age of 10, he was getting college offers to play basketball because, we just assume that since his dad is awesome at basketball, then his son naturally is going to be great at basketball as well. Then, of course, there's been the constant, how does Bronny compare to his dad basketball-wise at the same age? All that has just been a regular part of Bronny's identity for years now. He's part of LeBron's family, so whatever he does is going to make news. So naturally, when there's something regarding Bronny, whether it's bad or it's good, then it'll make the rounds on social media and online, whether it's game footage, workout footage, viral videos, whatever. And that brings us to this latest picture. And when I saw this latest picture of Bronny James, I was like, okay, he's definitely in a lot more shape than I was when I was 16. Definitely looks like a dude that can hold his own on the court. But I gotta say, I was wondering what all the fuss with this picture was about. I mean, yeah, Bronny's neck looks thicker, his upper body is a bit more developed than what we've seen in past photos, but let's dig a little deeper on that and why I think this latest photo is getting completely overblown. First off, let's look at this photo of LeBron at the same age. This is at age 16 as well. And I've heard people saying if Bronny looks like he does now, then in his prime, he's going to be even bigger than LeBron is. And I've got a couple thoughts on this. First off, LeBron was 16 in the year 2000, 20 years ago. Can we just talk about how much training has changed in 20 years? Strength and conditioning is like night and day from then to now. Athletes have all that knowledge of how the body works that they can take advantage of. You can't expect him to have the same type of body and condition as his son, who has all that access today. And that's the next thing I want to talk about. Let's talk about the access that Bronny James has. Knowledge about how to improve your body is great, but you have to have the access as well. And I heard an interview with LeBron one time. He said he spends about $1 million a year on making sure his body is the best that it can be. Making sure that his body is performing at the best that it possibly can. All this knowledge, all this access is being passed on to Bronny. I think the bigger story would be if Bronny wasn't starting to fill out, if he wasn't starting to get bigger. The story would be Bronny isn't improving his condition at all. It kind of reminds me how every celebrity is in amazing shape. And yeah, it makes sense. Of course you're going to be in amazing shape if you have the best trainers, the best chefs money can buy. Isn't it just common sense that the son of LeBron James, who is training right now to make basketball a career, is going to be in better shape than some kid who doesn't have those advantages? Another thing people are saying is that Bronny has grown another few inches from his reported 6'2" height. People are making it seem like Bronny is going to shoot up to his dad's height within the next 6 months. And I don't think that's true. The angle of the shot is making Bronny look much taller than he is. If and when Bronny makes it to the NBA, it's going to be as a guard. So yeah, we can all agree Bronny has been working hard. He probably has the best coach, best trainer, best motivator in his dad than any other high schooler out there has. But he's being put in every position to succeed in basketball at this level and at the next. And props to LeBron for doing that, because there are plenty of dads out there with LeBron's resources who aren't there for their kids. So let's just take a second to give props to LeBron for what he is doing for his family. All right, final thoughts. I think we can agree that Bronny James is going to get drafted. But, it's not going to be because he's the most well-built guy in his class. I mean, the G League and international leagues are full of guys who can outbench anybody in the weight room. After all, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, they weren't drafted because they were always working out. They were drafted on their skill. And Bronny is going to get drafted because he can help a team, or he has that potential to help a team. And I don't want to be that guy, but a big reason Bronny is going to get drafted is because he's LeBron's son. And LeBron has said he wants to play with his son. He's made that completely clear. LeBron is structuring his contracts to be a free agent when his son comes into the league, so that whatever team drafts his son, LeBron will sign with that team too. If you think any team is going to pass up the chance to sign LeBron James, even a LeBron that'll be 40 years old by this point, then you are fooling yourself. Even if a 40-year-old LeBron can only give you 10 minutes a night, even if he's washed up to the point where he becomes the 15th man off the bench, you're going to have that guy on your team because he's going to put fans in the seats. He's going to sell jerseys. He's going to get you on national TV, and he's going to make your team the must-watch franchise of the NBA for the entire time that he's there. Guys, if you've enjoyed today's video, would definitely appreciate if you hit that like button. It only takes a second, and it lets YouTube know that you're enjoying the content on this channel. That way, they'll show it to other people so they can enjoy the content as well. Also, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I make all types of NBA videos several times a week. And be sure to let me know in the comments if you think Bronny James is going to make it in the NBA, where you think he might get drafted, and what type of player you think he's going to be. Thanks for watching today's video. My name is Troy, and I'll see you next time.